Hello, Soldierboy here, and I am just setting up the stream on YouTube, and then we'll go in. So this is a first time for me playing this. It's part of the PlayStation Plus free games. Hopefully people have seen the video I put out earlier on today explaining my plan going forward, and I had a bit of lack of time making videos. There's some I still want to carry on with, like the No Man's Sky ones. But as well as that, I also want to play more games that I want to play, and a lot of games don't actually they don't really work with episodes. So my thinking was I would live stream some of my single player stuff that I want to play. There we go. I think that is all set up. Just want to check one thing. That is the sound. Bear with me 1 second. That music is quite loud. So that is something I will change shortly. Yeah, my plan with this is I don't mind if people don't watch this live, if they watch it back later on, I don't mind, but my thinking is more I want to play games that I enjoy. Audio, right, that'll be half the issue. Let's turn the music down. I'm not a massive fan of music in games.
I still hear voices in my head.
My mother had a beautiful, soothing voice.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. That seems better. Gameplay. I'm just leaving if it is. Yeah, I want to play games that I want to play, games that I enjoy. And obviously not all games are conducive to doing videos or episodic videos anyway, so for me to be able to do or play games that I enjoy for the sake of me enjoying them, I thought, well, why don't I just live stream it rather than having two separate accounts, one single player, one multiplayer. I could just live stream it and I can play what I want to play. I'm not worried about views in the slightest, and that's something I've always said. I am definitely not interested in the views. There we go. Yeah, I'm not worried about views. I'm not worried about subscriptions. It never has been a big thing for me. YouTube is for me. If you haven't watched the video, check it out. It is a bit of a ramble. My first edit actually went longer than that one did, to be fair. But yeah, it's for me. It's about playing what I enjoy, when I have the time to do so. And obviously work, family comes first. I was planning to start this earlier than I have done tonight. But my other half decided to go to bed a little bit later than normal, which is why it's a little bit later. But I'm hoping I'll do different games that I want to play, finish them together. If people want to watch, happy. If people want to join in the chat, help me, advice, just have a general chinwag, more than happy with that as well. So that is something I'm happy to do as much as possible. Right, Vampyr. So this was the PlayStation Plus free game of October. Something I looked at a couple of years ago. Never really. I didn't want to pay for it, so I didn't. So now it's a chance for me to actually play the game. Do we want to play on... I always play everything on normal. I always play everything on normal, to be fair. Always have done. So we're going to play on normal, as I always do. But yeah, hopefully the game's good. If it gets boring, I will stop. I'm not worried about that. It's a free game. I haven't paid for it, so I'm more than happy to give it a go. If I don't enjoy it, I don't enjoy it. We shall see. I know this game is known for your choices being tied in to the story, and I like that kind of thing. My choices, whenever I play these kind of games, I make them as if it's me in the game, if that makes sense. I think that's what most of us do. We role play. Not that I want to be
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Interesting stuff.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
I'm assuming it's us. streaming and follow the blood at this point. Oh, no.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no. Mary! Hold on. Please, hold on. Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. Mary. No. 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 It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. No! No! Don't shoot!
Alright,
This is a nightmare.
got to escape.
I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on?
I'm sure I'm going down.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about? Shit, where'd it go?
Alright.
Tricky bastards.
Now,
Ah,
I can
okay.
defend myself.
Those barrels.
Kill the thing! Who are you?
I'll free to lock
Stay
on.
back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you? Stupid beast! Burn him! That's what you do with leeches.
Okay, combat's different to what I'm used to.
Sorry.
Move down.
No, please, stop! Who are you? What do you want?
That's good. Through the door.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, Listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me. The sun.
Right.
It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Okay, certain elements of fire will do aggravate damage up to your maximum health gauge.
I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go!
There's a guy there with fire.
I need to find shelter. Is anybody
Controls
there?
a little bit janky.
What is this place?
Janky is probably the wrong word, to be honest.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
What have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
What's we got in here? There's something flashing there. New collectible, Fire and Sun. Details. Leeches do not fear the sun or fire, and they do not burst into flames or ashes when they are caught under rays of daylight. It hurts them good, really good. I have personally chained a vampire to a tree to see what would happen when the sun rises. Skin blackened in a few minutes if it was burning from the inside. Its eyes and flesh melted, and I saw its unholy bones move and squirrel as the beast tried to escape all day long. In the end, only a desiccated corpse remained. It started to slowly regenerate when the sun disappeared behind the horizon. I cut its head off to finally destroy it, and when I tried the same test with fire, the bloody leech never came back from the ashes. Fire is a weapon of choice, brothers. To burn the beast is the best way to kill it for good. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldritch. Fry one leader. Okay. Okay. Cost 5 shillings. Wow.
The sun is high.
Right,
I cannot leave now.
The sun's out. Magic 5 shillings. What else have we got in the house? Some of these chest of drawers. Bottle of alcohol. Doesn't look very good.
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
That's impossible.
Right, I got my watch back. Seems like it was taken. Let's head upstairs. A weird mirror.
Dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as gold.
Who goes there?
A prayer summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must accept of his.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Okay. Another 5 shillings. Wow. Well, we've got 10 shillings in total. We're doing okay.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! No. There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital! Done. He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
I think they were friends by the looks of things.
No, it never got easy.
We now have a used revolver. Bloody diary. 15th October, bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine some men brought by the banks to dig a big hole in the ground. It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Maybe I could go there and ask them work. Becky needs medicine. 16th October, I talked to them over the mechanical shovel. They told me they were digging mass graves all around London. Safe measures apparently. So a new epidemic. Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry has been closed. There are no more jobs nearby. 19th October, I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me a whole day to cross the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made soup she ate. I found no drugs, only a few syringes and sleeping pills in the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I'll go to the Pembroke Hospital tomorrow. But it's so far, and I fear leaving my wife for so long. 19th October. Becky threw up the meal a few hours after she ate. She's so frail now it makes me cry. She says she hears voices outside at night, so she wants to eat meat. Where would I find meat? Tomorrow I'll barricade the house from looters. 21st of October. The men with the mechanical shovel never stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night, as if they were attacked. Only a few boats throwing bodies day and night into the giant hole. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago with Becky. She refuses to leave. She'd rather die. She said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? 22nd of October. Becky just attacked me. She jumped to me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. Went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. Retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the water pricked the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself and my own wife. 23rd of October. I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door, asking for help, begging me to let her in. But I was too afraid to open it. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It will not be long. I pray God it will end soon. 24th October, I was so hungry. I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving, just following me around the room with her eyes. Pointed the gun at her sore face, but she didn't react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. 25th of October, the house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon. Okay. A bit depressing. Right, I think that's everything. Let's go to sleep.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
But I don't want to pull the trigger though. I suppose I don't have a choice. And that's the start of the game. First impression so far, the controls are a bit clunky. I think it's probably a better word than janky.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who tames blood in sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Right, hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. So begin by selecting the verbal skill Autophagy. Phagy? You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravate damage instantly. Wow, okay. So it's passive. The vampire uses the power of his blood to heal normal and aggravated damage, increasing his flesh, nerve and bone regeneration with time. This vampiric ability can be extremely powerful and ensures it points anywhere in the vampire hunters. We think of vampires as immortal. If you block their unnatural regenerative capabilities, they are more vulnerable than you think. Okay. I've got to spend enough XP to unlock it. There we go. So we've done it. We've now unlocked that. Okay. You have enough XP to unlock an aggressive skill. Claws. So Claws is a close range strike for all living creatures in front of you. You can have a blood spear. You throw a spear made of blood which can pass enemies in front of you. Or we can do a shadow mist. Place a cloud of shadows at target's feet or yours. The cloud explodes with heavy damage. I'm not liking the idea of a shadow mist. That seems a bit weird. I'm looking at cost is blood though for that one. Probably claws. Details. As natural predators, vampires have received some gifts from Mother Nature, like claws instead of fingernails. These natural weapons can easily cut through tissue and are very useful for piercing the prey's arteries. If you use your claws, you'll see humans differently, like soft and tender meat. Spend points. There we go. Let's unlock claws. Confirm to save your choices. So what else have we got here? We've got body, condition, physical prowess, blood capacity, bite. Okay, so there's a few things. I know every time you sleep you gain you have then you can evolve. I know that from what I've read. If you do join me live, feel free to chat. I'm quite happy to just chat aimlessly about anything, life,
to the one who
whatever
made
you want.
me what I am.
More than happy.
I must find him to understand what I have become.
Just. I knew I'd seen something earlier. I'm just advertising the stream on a Dad's Only Gaming group, to be fair. There we go. It's the group I mentioned earlier. Have a look on Facebook, Dad's Only Gaming. They only allow dads in, obviously. But they're a very supportive group, help each other out. Yeah, if you do join in the streams, feel free to drop in, have a chat. We don't have to talk about the game, talk about anything you want, I don't mind. Or if you've played this yourselves, give me some tips. Right, so now we've got, okay, so we need to find the reach north bank. We've now got noises. Ah, the body's gone.
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Okay, the body's gone. It's always interesting.
Here's the leech. Here!
That's cool.
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
I cannot enter.
Offhand weapons. Shelter key. They have attacks, special effects, consume stamina. Nothing else to pick up. I've got a key now.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
Over there! There's one of them birds!
Lose your stake, inflict stun damage. Okay. Now I've stunned him. I can buy and notifies your blood to use skills and also reveals your health gauge. Cool.
There's a strength I never knew I had.
Not been bitten.
This shouldn't be.
haven't got much blood, have I?
Even though every fiber of my being is afire.
We need blood.
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Whoa. Alright. That wasn't good.
I'll send you back to the fucking grave!
I can heal myself.
You! Get back in the grave!
My strength. My reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
Okay, that was a little bit harder. C was a lot tougher. The others I could stun fairly quickly. District is stable. I've got to reach the bank, don't I? What's that mean? Quarantine, contagious disease. One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written at the local health authority. An authorised employee of the shall alter, destroy, remove this card. Violating this regulation will be fined. Okay, so there's a quarantine in place. Shouldn't be heading up. We've got to reach the North Bank. The King country needs you. Join the British ranks out with the brave lads at the front. The King country needs you. Okay, so there's their army posters.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us. I have this thirst for blood.
Can eat rats. And
I
that gives me
can't
blood at
believe
least.
I'm doing this.
And XP, which I know will be important later. Door there. Anything up here? There is. Which way we go?
It's locked, all
That's
right.
locked. That's cool, I can do that. I do
The
like that.
dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
More rats.
I have
like
this thirst for blood.
They all give XP. Well, the XP is now not going up, that's okay. Nothing that way.
What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered.
Limehouse dock. Alright.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Okay, I've got vampire senses.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone?
Okay. Assassin's Creedy. And go handprint. Where has he gone from here? Ah, I found a new hideout. Nothing to refill. Ah, crafting. Medical treatments, serums to boost yourself, weapon upgrades. Yeah, I've got nothing. What else was there? So weapons. So weapons. So I've got one hand, got to use machete. I've got a firearm. I can't upgrade anything I wouldn't have said. No. Need 3 handle parts. 2 lead plates. Then what's this? Okay, these are what we can reuse if we want to. Alright, cool. I'm not going to sleep, obviously. Just find out what else is in here. Common handle part, common trigger part. Okay. That's it. So we have a hideout at least. Right. Torn off page of a diary. Looking away when they mock my colour, I hate myself. A kind of girl when they insult me, I hate myself. Swearing like a boy when they're gone, I hate myself. I hate my parents, I hate myself. For smiling when customers call me Sabrina, I hate myself. Never find the courage to tell Tom how to really feel, I hate myself. Alright, that's a quest item by the looks of things. You've discovered a hint. There was a secret about citizens and was related to them. Okay. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. What can't you find out? It's the XP you earn if you feed on this citizen. Unlock hints increase the amount of XP. Okay. So the more we discover, the better we find out about the blood quality. Sabrina hides her feelings about her boss Tom. Ah, okay. That's one person in the docks. Okay, cool. Right, we're trying to follow the killer, aren't we? There's people in here.
At last, a little life.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this.
That's Sabrina Cavendish. That's the lady we were actually looking at.
Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar. Maybe some of the locals saw him.
Damn it. I think drink no.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
I don't think he's going to tell us anything else, is he? Let's speak to the bartender. Bartender's normally the one.
You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
See, barman's always the person to ask.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
No funny business, eh? You've got to talk to a lady.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina.
She's the one that fancies her boss, the barmaid.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
Hey, Dan.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
She only had one customer. Right, is there anything to
There's
collect?
gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
I know we need to go upstairs and just have a look. No, let's head upstairs.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Not long ago, this
This is the first door.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Do you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word with anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
An unknown person. Press for details. So he's Dr. Okay. Edgar Swansea. That's all we know. He's the pillar of the community. Okay. Of an unknown place I haven't been to yet.
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Okay.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. famished, reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may, if you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Still got no more details on him, other than his name.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
Right, my laptop shut down as I was doing that. What do we do if we find the killer? I demand answers, I suppose.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good
Hello,
hunting.
Injured Pride.
And pray
How
we shall
far
meet
did you
again.
get? Oh yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's taking a little bit of getting used to. More money. Interrogate the locals.
Are they stupid or something?
A little further than this, but not by much. Why did you stop?
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
You're right, it is very atmospheric.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
I already
Hello,
spoke
sir.
to all these people, but...
May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Interrogate the locals.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Hint required.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
That's it.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
He's not going to tell me anything.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me
Evening,
a
sir.
laugh.
Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. My God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Okay, new hint is available. Tom Watts. Do you want to tell me anything else?
You again.
Now?
What can I do for you?
I don't know why I've gone from that. Get me that. Tell me about William. As a vampire, you can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint you've discovered. Blue prompt. Okay.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Okay.
Who is he?
William? Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I wanted to play it, to be fair. Ninja Pride, it was something that I saw a while ago. Obviously, I've spoke to you today, and you know what I'm changed and what I'm doing differently. But yeah, that was part of why I wanted to play it. It looks really atmospheric. I like the fact that your choices reflect on the story, and that's the kind of games I really enjoy.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Right, so we've got to find him there. Okay. Track the killer.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
So it's down there we need to go. I played a little bit of Detroit Become Human. Didn't get very far, but it's something I'd like to go back and do. Now
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Yeah, it's something I want to get back. I want to do again. War munition volunteers. Brilliant working together. Skill workers, engineering, and kindred trades. Enroll today as war munition volunteers. Support them at the front. Plentiful supply munitions. We're not suffering wages. Go into the factory line and feed the firing line. I like the posters that are quite atmospheric, like you say. But yeah, no, I just think I'd like to go back and play. I didn't really do too much with it. Right, are these the correct boats? Is the question.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
There are a lot of games, and this is like the issue I had. Not a lot of games are suited to episodic YouTube videos. This is one of the reasons I decided to change the way I do things.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous.
And play through a game, live stream it. I can then enjoy the game. Others can enjoy the game, hopefully, either live or watch it back later on.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note.
What's the note saying? Good, I'm glad it makes sense. It kind of made sense in my head. I was a little bit worried it wouldn't make sense.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
It's like the new Assassin's Creed that's coming out. I've played all of them. I've finished all of them. I haven't finished Origins. There was a quest that ruined the immersion for me. And I didn't really give Odyssey that much. I want to go back and do Odyssey. But then obviously Valhalla's coming out. That's definitely something I want to play. Right, so
there are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Okay, there's blood splats here. Lead up. Follow the blood trail. Alright, there's people in there. Hunter. Alright, this could be interesting. So an out of combat opportunity attack is an X.
Over there!
Some bullets.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like it.
So how do I equip? There we go. No. Okay, so I can equip that.
I'm back on the front line again.
Blood trail goes across there. Oh, there's people though. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, Cyberpunk, I've not really looked at it. It's not my kind of thing. I don't think it is. I could be wrong, admittedly. So, there's some enemies of resistance, certain types of damage have 4 types of resistances: physical, melee and ranged, blood and shadow. Medium resistance, red indicates. So he is high resistance to range attacks, and medium resistance to melee, but no resistance to blood or shadow attacks. And then he is high resistance to range. Okay.
This one's mine! Filthy fucking thing!
That's him down. Lead plate shillings. Right, where did he go after this? And bullets.
I like their screams when you burn them alive.
Resistance There's a gunner. A cadet. Okay. Yeah, I must admit, RPGs are definitely my thing. I need to change. I want to change that to a gun, don't I? Yeah, RPGs are massively my thing. Which one was the cadet? Cadet's that one, is weak against ranged.
Leech spotted! Watch out!
Look down. Well, okay. There's several of them here.
Watch it! No!
Oh. Didn't really want to do that, did I? Wasting bullets. More bullets. The gun is good. You can't. It's pain to aim. More bullets. New collectible. I know some of our companions consider that the best advantage we have in our fight against leeches that can't go out during the day, thus we can hunt them down when they hide, powerless in their sleep. This is a rookie mistake. First, criminals are clever and they have countless ruses and tricks to avoid being spotted in their den. Second, because they deploy many deadly traps to kill any intruders in what they consider the most precious sanctuary. It would cost us too much men and too much time to explore and eradicate vampires in their hideouts. The best tactic is to follow and destroy them when they really are vulnerable. When they hunt at night, it's much easier to attack them then, for they can easily be spotted. That's why the Guard of Pre-Wen must evolve and deploy new tactics to hunt leeches. Small and mobile patrols, tactic-based technological advances, modern communications. We can learn many things from the war in France. New strategy, new equipment and new weaponry. Grenades, white phosphorus, ultraviolet light, bulletproof vests and flamethrower. It's time for the Guard to embrace the 20th century from a new war by Jeffrey McCullum, Pre-Wen leader. Okay. Yeah, games that are overly hyped, I've been let down several times, and due to that, I don't believe the hype. I generally try and watch what I can, betas and stuff like that, read what I can, make my own mind up. That's yeah, I'm a bit more wary now, but yeah, I'm the same as you. Single player RPGs definitely my forte, definitely the kind of games I enjoy playing. Which is hence my choice in changing my style on this. Right, blood splatter. Rats often are a few sensors to help you locate more. Okay, let's have some rats. Always like a good rat. Can't beat a good rat. Right, up there. So that's a hideout. So that's a second hideout. What can we discover in here? Workbench. Can we upgrade? You have enough to improve one of your weapons. Use. Okay. SR2. What can we upgrade? You can upgrade them to a new level. Acquired ingredients. Inflict more damage. Let's get access to customization slots. So what do we need? We can upgrade our used machete to level 2. To increase the damage. Okay. We haven't got enough to upgrade that though, have we? No. And the pistol. To be fair, I probably should have upgraded the pistol, but it's a used revolver, I could do it to a common. So what have I changed it as a common machete now? Refit. Coins, 5 more shillings. Right, I don't want to rest. I know I can evolve. I want to find the guy though. So he went across the bridge, didn't he? I think that's where we need to go. There's a guy there. There's a cadet up there. There's a guy there. I want to change. I know I changed to offhand to be that. I want to change that back to a used stake. I like the fact I can stun, gain blood. I don't know how I swap them during, but we'll figure that out as we go. So, where did he go? He went across there. Do I kill them, or can I avoid them? We gain blood from them. There's a cadet up top. North Dock.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Lead rod.
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before. No. I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst. I must have...
So the 200 weapon press use special ability. Siphons can be used to parry anything attack inflicting heavy stun damage. Okay.
Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
So I killed him.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice.
Seems to be the first boss.
I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
And I didn't kill him.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Okay, interesting. I must admit, I'm enjoying
George and the
the
Saints,
story.
you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
I do like the old-fashioned
not the evil
steamboat.
man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Right, is there any clues here? Another
This
blood
poor
sample.
creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Anything else to pick up while we're here? More shillings. I think that is everything by the looks of it. Yeah, I'd pay good money for a good story any day. I'm really into the story so far. I must admit. I've probably got another half now and then I'm going to have to call it a night though. It'll be up in the morning to take the boy to school. But yeah, I do love a good story.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift.
providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours, you'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
If that's just a tutorial to how you start, then that's a very, very good tutorial. The moves a bit, I don't know, they don't seem easily...
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness! I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Definitely something to get used to.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Alright. So I need to enter the hospital. Healthy.
Now, it's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Medical checkup. Press for details. It's healthy. Clay Cox.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
You were attacked from Texas and Harvard, but what to be you would get. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them Lead them out of sight from others to mesmerise them must be equal or higher than certain resistance. Press L1. I don't want to mesmerise them though. By the looks of it, I don't have a choice.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Follow the red child lead the prey into the shadows. So I've got a choice. I can either embrace him or I can release him. What do I do? Nom nom. Is that your decision then, is your pride? Do you reckon I should embrace? I'm letting you make the decision. It is an interesting one because you ate him, did you? There are consequences to eating people, that's the thing. And you don't know how... You don't know what you need him for until later on. That's the thing. You don't know how important he is. What do you reckon? Eat him or release him? I'm not sure which is better, but yeah, the consequences are pretty cool. Makes you think. Okay, so it's your decision. You ate him when you played to this point. Should I embrace or should I release? That is the one good thing about these kind of games, they do make you think. Let him live. Okay.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
We'll see what happens with that later on. There is something over here to collect. Handle part. It is an interesting
What happened?
thing. You can get XP by eating people, but at the same time, eating people.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. You get massive XP by eating people, but on the other hand,
it's locked.
There are consequences to eating. Right, I'm assuming the hospital's up here. Where is the hospital? Oh, it is there. There's the front gate. Wow.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play
Yeah,
hide and seek
I'm
with
sure
new
it
staff
does.
members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Once you unlock
I
district, it
found
is
a
going to make a
wounded man
difference.
by the
Yeah, I
docks.
agree.
He answers to the
It's
name
an
of
interesting
Clay
one though.
Cox.
Do you want to
He
level up
requires urgent medical attention.
and be as
Already
strong as you
making the
can,
rounds. That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
or do you want to play a more?
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll
A
find
more
it on the second floor with your
moral
name on the door.
obligation. I know what I'm trying to
Thank
say.
you.
Getting the words out is difficult.
Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes,
You know-
Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Yeah. Do you want to? It's that moral dilemma, isn't it, between killing to level up to get more experience, become stronger, but then you don't know what long-term effect that's going to have. Let's have a look at Dorothy Crane. Oh, we don't know anything about her just yet. She's a pillar of... Let's have a look at
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Interesting, but he doesn't mix with them.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Post for that. Due to influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full, please go back home. Okay. I know what that feeling's like, working for the NHS, I must say. Something flashing over here. Last file. Yeah, I do like morality system.
Right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Yeah, I do like a good morality system in a game. Suits this person.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl.
She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
So we've learned a few things about people.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
I like the fact you can check his medical. That's quite cool. I can mesmerise, but we can't do that because we've got no.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on
I've asked that
positive
before, but I want to ask
traits.
about the management this time.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Okay. Right, there's nothing else we can do because we need more hints. Have a look at his details. So he's linked to Gwyneth Brannigan, and he's also convinced. Okay. Clay Cox is down there. They're linked together. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Right. There's something flashing over here. Prevent disease, careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza, spread by droplet spray from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Okay. Sounds a bit familiar. We're playing a game set a long time ago, but yet actually it's quite poignant now. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. It's always worth having a look round in these kind of games. Small bottle, doorway. You always know someone that's used to playing RPGs when they actually look around everywhere rather than just running straight to the end result.
Damn. The pain.
Let's have a look at this
Good
guy.
evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
I can't give him anything pain, I don't think. So, we don't know anything about social circle just yet.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
So by the looks of things, we need to heal him.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Right, so
Damn. The pain.
he needs healing.
It's there again.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Ah.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
So Clay Cox, who we spared, is actually
Do you
in charge
know
of
Tom
gang.
Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
The pain. It's here again.
I cannot enter.
Right, so obviously he needs help.
So many deaths.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
To go from someone that heals people to
Sorry,
someone
Doctor.
that
I don't want to sound bitter,
takes life away,
but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
that's got to be a massive morality check.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Okay.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Goodbye.
There's loads of stuff we haven't got, hints-wise. I'm wondering, we need to heal someone by the looks of it. He needs pain relief.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Oh, definitely. Part detective story, part horror.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the rock.
I don't know. I think that's the kind of thing you've got to
the
try
staff
and
here
make your mind up.
Your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Wrong target. New investigation.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Yeah, so there's loads of hints I still need to find. Is affected by the curse and believes she's a vampire. Thomas Elwood. He was the one who told us about her. But so this is saying she is actually affected by the Cotard syndrome. So if that's the case, then she's not really a vampire, she actually is.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
So according to that, she is actually, she has a mental illness. Find out who is spying on Velma. Find your office on the second floor.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position.
Yeah, no, the connections are very good mechanic. I
know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get.
And
you will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard
it
about
does feel you have to talk to everyone and listen to what they say. The connections are there.
Me, since I have not
like the soldier who knew the lady, who thinks she's a vampire.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on.
Oh, you didn't make it to the office. The office is upstairs.
That you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
I like talking to everyone, that's the thing.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
He's not a very happy person.
It seems you have bad memories of your military military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money,
Yeah, that's always the thing
fame,
with other games, isn't it?
or are you truly
I
dedicated?
normally try and
what
stick to
exactly
one,
is
finish
that
it.
supposed to mean?
I served in the war.
That's not
just
easy,
like you.
admittedly, when you've got things
But
like No
unlike
Man's
you, I
Sky
did
and
not use the wounded to play the
Assassin's
modern
Creed and other
sorcerer.
things to
Be
play, to
careful
be fair.
what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I
Well,
only
I'm playing
want
with the
you to
live
admit
streams,
you used
unless
those men to
I'm
improve your theories.
doing something with like the UDL or other people like yourself, and we actually decide to go ahead and do No Man's Sky together and other things like that. Hang on, I better answer him.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main
I do try and play a game
and it
start
has
to
always
finish.
come at a price. And
That's
personal
the aim anyway.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. We'll
I
talk
wonder
later.
if I can save it. I'm looking at the time. So every time you speak to someone, you see the experience. You can, when you rest, you can evolve and use your experience to grow. There's 2 missions currently there. Wrong button. So, wrong type. Finder is spying on Thelma and what else we got? Main quest is the Y. There's another side quest, local investigation there. Blood, I've only got 25, life is good. Oh yeah, No Man's Sky doesn't finish. That's why I like the series I'm doing, discovering one planet at a time. Because it can never be finished, but it does take time to do it. I forgot I got the scythe, to be fair. And I got another I used bludgeon at some point. That's all the other stuff I picked up. Okay. That's all the things I found. I'm assuming I can save it. Find your off second floor, that's part of the main quest. This is all the people I've discovered. So, oh okay, so Dyson Delaney. We've got to find a cure for fatigue. Oh, do you? I don't want to sleep to have to save it. Because I want to carry on talking to people. But yeah, it tells you what we need to do to heal him. We need to find a cure with treatment for fatigue, because he has fatigue. There's all these unknown people yet. What's this bit? And that's the other mission. Find out who is spying. So, that kind of... So you can't actually save it now then. Let me do a quick search of how you save. If that's the case and I have to save it, I have to sleep to save it. Yeah, I think you can sleep in the office.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
How to save your game. You can visit a safe house, will save your game. Can't manually save. So that reckons safe houses. Yeah, I knew you could heal people. I didn't know to what degree. Where is my office? Not that way, because that doesn't let me open that door. My office is over here somewhere. There's stuff in here though. Cheap gin, small bottle. Used hacksaw. Okay. T. Elwood's medical file. Let's have a look. Patient, Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Followed by Dr. Tippett's. Status, convalescence. Date of admission, September 16th. Date of release to be determined. Notes. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even when used the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the cicatrized tissue show no trace of inflammation, infection or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persistent nerve damage? Patient never ceased to blame himself for this disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for dying of his comrades. Okay. So actually, if that is saying that might be the case with him, where's people? Oh no, it hasn't said we need to heal him. New hint, so we can actually talk to him and it will change. So we've now got a new hint. So which?
It's locked, all right.
Dr. Trippett, Dr. Strickland, Dr. Ackroyd. Well, this, I'm assuming this is my, yeah, Dr. Reed. How has he already got nameplate already up? Well,
this must be the place.
This is a hideout.
It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Cool. How do I know it's saved? That's my big question. Because it wants me to analyse the blood, which is fine, but I also want to know how to save. Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke's Hospital is not at the Ritz. So I'd let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest, for the staff to never enter your room. You'll be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You also notice there is an open window with scaffold allowed to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we're all presently facing. I hope a future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleagues. Talk soon. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I've discovered about Eakin in the last few years. Feel free to read about it. Cool. All I want to know is, has it saved? Yeah, no, it's not a bad room, is it? But all I actually want to know is, does it saved? That's all I wanted to know. More glass vials.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Right, well the main quest is here. Let's quickly do this blood sample. You need to analyse components you found to unlock new recipes. Click on the to analyse. So what have we found? Light regeneration serum. Okay, we found a serum to... We found a way of making a serum to regenerate health points. Oh right, so actually fatigue. That's what we need to cure fatigue. We've got glass vials. We need quinine, ferrous tartrate, sodium hypochlorite solution. We can also treat anemia. And we can also treat sepsis, but we need to get the ingredients.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise.
Oh, okay.
I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Oh, so now it wants me to sleep. Okay. So we shall sleep, we'll evolve, and then hopefully that's saved it, and then I will finish. I'm a little bit over what I was planning. So actually we can now upgrade. So science I can't at the minute. We're level 3 currently. So we can either do aggressive skills. Don't think we can upgrade. No, we need level 8 to upgrade our, but we can upgrade our body condition, physical prowess, blood capacity, blood thirst, increase your blood absorption using bite in combat. We've got 1,400. What do we want to? Obviously body condition I would have assumed. Bite. Increase damage from using bite in combat. Fast regeneration. That doesn't look like we can increase. We can increase the damage when inflicted. Right. I would say body is probably the two things to do. We want to increase our endurance. So it's 300 points. There we go. We're now level 4. Body condition gives us more health. Always find health is good. Increase your blood absorption using bite. We can take another 5% blood. That's 300. That's 600 there. Okay, so now we've got to make a decision because the amount of XP needed. Oh, defensive. What do we got? Coagulation. Will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Or you create an invisible barrier, absorbing direct damage for it feeds or is destroyed. Okay. There's defensive there, or there's blood. It absorbs a hit. $600 points though. Vampires are afraid of suffering damage are familiar with the hardness abilities. The blood ability will protect the vampire from direct damage, fortunately it doesn't stop from them from being grabbed by enemies. Okay. And coagulation. 600 points again. Especially for the first night. That's the thing. Concentrate on the plays by stopping them in their tracks. So I think I can increase your life regeneration using bite in combat. I think let's increase the damage. It's 300. And then, do we want to heal quicker? Yeah, let's heal quicker when we take blood. Always go. Yeah, I've got the gun though for range, although it's quite difficult to use. I don't think I can do anything else at this point. Tactical's now unlocked because I'm level 5. Spring, you perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Common believes vampires can disappear into the thin air is misleading, rather they can greatly increase the speed of blood. Moving so fast, that's a human appears if they appear and reappear at will. Oh, okay, that's quite cool. And tactical, Shadow Veil. Shadows help hide the vampire. Turn them invisible to help you on initiative that will turn it. Drains the vampire's stamina if they move. Once the vampire's stamina is empty, they'll become visible again. Alright, okay. And science, we can... Okay. I can't do anything else at this point, I think. So, I definitely think that's the right things. I'm assuming it's going to save. I really hope so.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Right, so still got missions to do. I'm assuming it's saved. I'm hoping it's saved. I always hate that moment when you're just not sure. I know you only have one save file. I could check it. I don't want to. I do want to. Night shift. Yeah, it has saved. Last save 11:51. So it has just saved. Cool. Well, that's the first live stream of the PlayStation Plus free game Vampyr. Hope you enjoyed the stream, whether you watched it live or afterwards. Feel free to leave comments. I always reply to every comment I can. Injured Pride, thank you for watching once again. My plan is probably to... I might be able to stream tomorrow night and carry on. I'm not entirely sure yet. These are a bit ad hoc due to family and work, so I will try and always let people know. YouTube, I'm still getting used to certain things with live streaming. I don't know if how easily I can plan a stream, so I've got to work that one out as well. So that's something I've got to look at in terms of putting it on the page so people know in advance and want to be doing it that evening or that day or that kind of thing. But it's something I'm looking at, and I'll try and figure out hopefully shortly. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream and enjoyed the game. It's an interesting game. Morality is a massive overbearing factor, which is never a bad thing. The combat is a bit iffy, I'll give you that. I do need to try the Blood Spear at some point in Injured Pride. I'm glad you always enjoy it. For me, this is how I chill out. This is me being me at the end of the day. And these things calm me down, help me sleep. So, thanks for joining me anyway, Injured Pride. Do appreciate it massively. So yeah, I might try and do it again tomorrow night, part 2, and see how far we get. Anyway, I will say thank you for watching, and I will speak to you again soon.